Okay, well, good morning, 7th graders. I hope you're doing well. I am definitely missing you guys right now, so I hope that you guys are doing well. We're going to continue and do the second half of our lesson on 10.8, which is part 2, and this is on page 471. So you probably want to turn there to follow along. 471. We're talking about here, it's what's called a stem and leaf diagram. Stem and leaf diagram. The way this works is that if you have a number, so let's say that the number here, we have a number, we'll have a stem, and then we'll have a leaf. So this is the way it's going to work. So let's say the number here is 134. Then we have a number that's 80, and then we have a number that's 1.5. Okay, the stem is everything except for the last digit. Okay, so that means the leaf is the last digit. So I'm going to underline that in blue, and that's the leaf. So in this case, the leaf is 4, 0, and 5, which means everything that's left, which I'm going to underline in green, what's left is the stem. So 13, 8, and 1. So that's at the top of your page. If you look up there on 471, you will see that same drawing. It's in a box grid. It looks like that. Okay, so let's say that they give us some numbers. This is now, if you need to pause that, pause that. This is example 3, and it is on page 471. Okay, example 3 on 471. It says they gave us 59, 60, 56, 58, 58, 61, 56, 58 again, 56 again, 66, 70, 63, 65, 57, 64, 73, and 57. Okay, that there is a 3. Now, what we do is we say, okay, there are 2 digits in each one. So what that means is that the leaf is going to be the second half of all of those, okay? Which means the stem is going to be the first half here in red. So what I do is I find the smallest stem. Well, the smallest stem is obviously 5. So when I go to make this, I do 5. Now I say, what is our next biggest one? Do we have any 6s? Yes. That start with 60? Yes. And do we have any 7s? Yes, we have a 70. So if you need to follow along, look at that. Now I draw my line. So this right here is my stem. So I'm going to put an S. Now this is my leaf on this side. So I start with the smallest 50. Okay, so which one is the smallest 50? I have a 56, a 59, 58, 58, 56, 56, 57, 57. So it looks like the smallest is going to be 56. So I come down here and I write 56. How many of those do I have? I have 1, 2. Okay. I only have 2 of them. I don't know why I had 3 written on here. I wrote one twice. So I have 2 of them right here. So I go 6 and 6. Now what's next on there? On 50s is 57 right here and right here. So how many 57s do I have? I have 1, 2. So I cancel them out. So I cancel those out and I write 7, 7. Then I say, how many 8s do I have? Here we go. 1, 2. So cancel those guys out and write 8, 8. And then I obviously have the first one here, 59. And there's my final one, which is a 9. So now I've taken care of all of the 5s. Now I go down to 6s. Here we go. Here's a 6, and it has a 0. So I know I can just put a 0. Let's see. Here's a 60. Over here, this guy was a 61. So he's next, 61. Cross him out. Then I have a 64 and a 65 and a 63 and a 66. So I start with the smallest, which is 63, and put him there, 63. Then I have a 64 right here, cancel him out, 4. Then I have a 65 right here, cancel the 65 out. And then I have the 66 and cancel the 6 out. Sorry, you don't need a comma right there. Get the 66. Okay. Ooh, I'm sorry. I actually had counted the right number of sixes. If you were looking at your book, there was one there. So I had counted it, but not canceled it out. Okay. So there we go. Now we're up to the 70s. So where are the 70s? They're here, 70 and 73. So that is a 0 for the 70 and a 3 for the 73. And that is my final answer, right? Like this. So that chart down here, now circled in black, is the final answer of how to make a stem based on the chart of information. Okay? So, not too bad. Now, the key right there at the end of that, you see that it says 5-6 equals 56, right? You usually need to write something like that. Wherever it starts, you put that one and write like that, okay? Now, I'm going to insert a picture for this next one that I took from the book. So this is right in your book. If I can, come on, buddy. So this is from your book. This is on that same page, 471. And you can see here, right here is our example, okay? So we're on example 4. Now look what this one says. It says find the median. Okay, they've already made the chart right here that I'm pointing to in red. They've already made it. So how do we find the median? Well, the first thing we need to do is right here typed out. Determine the amount of data. Okay, so I got to count these. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3. There's 4. I'm sorry, not 4. There's 3 because you only count the leaves. Okay, so you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So you see right here, down here in blue, there are 15 scores or leaves. We counted that ourselves, but you obviously won't have the book to help you on the normal homework problem, so you have to count. So there are 15. Okay, now look what that says. That says then, therefore, the 8th is the median. Why is the 8th the median? Well, I would do 15 divided by 2, which is 7.5, which I round up to 8th one is the median. So now, I'm going to erase what I did on this guy here. And I say, where is the 8th term? Remember, I'm looking now for the 8th term. So I'm going to go, here is term 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And that means that 0 is the 8th term. So now I include the stem, right? So I have to now include the stem, which is 9, and the leaf, which is 0. So that's the leaf, that's the stem, is 9, leaf 0, and that equals 90. So the median on this problem, median is 90. Okay, so that's how you count. That's how you figure out which one is in the middle, and then you go from there. Okay, one final homework problem that we're going to do, or example problem we're going to do before I give you the homework is this one right here. This is now skill check 2. Okay, this is skill check 2, and this is page 472. Okay, skill check 2 on page 472. So here are the numbers that they give us. They gave us 52, 74, 59, 62, 77, 63, 74, 52, 65, 62, and 70, and then 68. Okay, so I come down here to make my chart, and I say, what is the smallest number? Well, again, it happens to be 5. So I come down here and do 5. Then I say, what's the next number? Oh, there's a 6. And what's our last number? Oh, there's a 7. So I have 3 numbers again. So what is the smallest one that starts with 5? Well, I have a 52 and a 52. So that looks like it's going to be the smallest. So 2, and I have 2 of them. You see that? 152, 152. Then here I have a 59. That's pretty big, but that's the only other 50 that I even have, okay? So that next one then is 59. Now I go on, I cross him out. Now I go to the 60s, and I say, where are my 60s? There's a 62, a 62, a 63, and a 65. So the smallest is a 62. And how many do I have? 1, 2. So I need to go 1, 2, 62s. Where's my 63? Right here. So there's a 3. Let's see, what else do I have? I have a 65 over here. So I write a 5 and cross him out, and then I have a 68 right there, and I write the 8 and cross him out. Now I'm down to the 70s. So where are my 70s? Right here, 74, 77, 74, and 70. Oop, didn't want to cut across there. 70 right there. So the smallest is obviously going to be the 70, so that's a 0. And then I have a 4 and a 4, so cancel out those. 4 and 4. And then have our last one that is 77. So now I need to count up how many I have. Right now I need to find the median. So I count up here. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, I have 12 total. Now remember how we find this. We do 12 divided by 2, and that equals 6. So I need to know the 6th and the 7th terms. I take the lower one and then go up one more term. 6 and 7. Okay, so I come here in red. I do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then I know I need the 7th term as well. There were 6 and 7. So the median is in between the 6th and 7th terms. Well, that's not very helpful because it's an even number, so it's in between, but I need to know an exact number. So what I do is I rewrite, see how this 6 belongs to the 63 and it was 65? So I write 63, okay, 6 and 3, plus 66 and 5, all of that divided by 2, which is 128, divided by 2, which is 64. And there's how I have my median. The grand answer for the median is now in the blue circle. The median is 64. Okay, there you go. That is our homework lesson for today. Pause it if you need to go back and watch anything. So our homework is now on page 473. Again, this is 10.8, and it is part 2. And for homework, we are going to be doing 17 through 34 all. Okay, there's our homework, 17 through 34 all. Please let me know if you have any questions or any concerns. I hope you all are doing well. I miss you guys. Take it easy. Mr. H is over and out.